Well, good evening to you all, and welcome to Spirit Quest's Reach Across Live. Taking a piss. Ba ba ba. Welcome back. And already we're in and out, so that tells us that Storm David is still with us, and or Daniel or Derek or whomever. We've got the storm going, not of course our Derek, lovely Derek Akora, but we're having issues with the storms that are still giving us grief all over the place. So if you are involved with the storm, if you're getting that storm, be extra careful, especially to all our lovely friends in Ireland who are watching tonight. Thank you, by the way, for all of your wonderful messages today. And they've been well received, and thank you so much. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. So anyway, here we are, and it's Sunday night, a bit later than normal, basically because of some bits and pieces that we were doing. Big hi to Kieran. Thanks for coming in tonight. Kieran and Karen and Bernadette, all the way from my cousin from all the way from Ireland or from America. The beautiful Bernadette Lennon. Christo, good to see you, darling. Thanks for coming in. Emma, good to see you as well. Sonia, good to see you. Please copy and paste Emma as well. There's two Emmas in tonight. Good to see you. Sharon, good to see you too. Thanks for coming in. Please copy and paste the show. Stick it onto your Facebook pages and tell everybody that I'm here live tonight and to come and join us. All right. Hi, Karen. Thanks very much for coming in tonight. Good to see you. David Morford, good to see you. Anne and Sharon, hope all's well. Yeah, all's good. All's pretty good. Bob Hollis, hi Bob, good to see you, pal. Julia, good to see you as well. All is great. Weird sort of weekend, really. It kind of went against everything that I would normally do, but I'll tell you about that momentarily. Kaylee, good to see you. Gabriella, Irene, and Jill, good to see you. Julia Nagyoff, thanks for coming in tonight. I really appreciate you guys coming in. Claire, good to see you too. Sharon Mott says, hi, Dad. Hi, Dad, back. Julie, bonjour. Oh, you're from Coventry? You're coming in from Coventry tonight, are you? Right, tonight. Good evening, Julie. Joe, hi, Joe. Good to see you in there tonight, darling. And I'm with Anne. Hey, Anne. Anne and Julie together. Oh, bet you the wine is flowing. But anyway, just wanted to quickly say something. Cody, good to see you as well. Keely, your first time, but thank you very much for coming in, and I hope you get to enjoy. Tina, Ali Watkins is in the house tonight. Wow, the ultimate famous Ali Watkins, and one of the loveliest people you'll ever get to meet, and a phenomenal psychic medium, brilliant person, and just a ball of laughs to be around, I'm telling you. Martina is in there tonight. Elaine is in there tonight. James, Michelle, good to see y'all. Elaine again. That's it. Evening, Michelle. I'm trying to read and speak. I'm a man. We can't multitask, you know. Keep those hearts coming. Good to see you. Thanks very much for doing that. And welcome to Reach Across Live. Feedback from the radio show the other night was just ridiculously brilliant. Thank you so much. We just had a laugh. Basically, that's all we did. But we have listeners now in Poland, India, America, obviously, Australia, Italy, France, Germany, Ireland, Wales, Scotland, Isle of Man as well. I tell you what, we're actually worked it out through the statistics. We're in 22 different countries around the world now. How good is that? Larry's in the house. Good to see Larry. Oh, my good pal. Good to see you, buddy. Looking forward to you coming down and cooking, by the way. Make sure you chase up Johanna on that one. Louise, good to see you in there, darling. Hope you're well. Like I say, tonight, I love doing this show here because it's kind of like a little bit different to the radio show, so I wanted to kind of keep it a little bit more sort of, what's the right word, comprehensive, a bit more sort of in the fact that I can do the reading in sort of almost automatically, whereas the radio show obviously has all the music and all the other bits and pieces that are going through it, and even the music is the radio show is going to be expanding as well. It's you know, it's been getting so big. Leonie's good to see you in there, Leonie. James Martin and Stevie Brennan. My good old mate, Stevie Brennan. Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you, pal. Debbie White's in. Julie Newton, Carol's in. Why, yeah, Carol, you alright, pet? Jenny Bailey, hi Jenny, good to see you in there as well. And it's filling up awfully fast. Laura Lee, hi Laura. And our Debs, our lovely Debs up there in Truro. Good to see you, sweetheart. Oh, spirits around me already, itchy nose. Yesterday, if you're listening in yesterday from, where was we yesterday? We were up in Newquay. We actually were asked to come up and do a show at Newquay Holiday Park, which I said, yeah, all right, I'll come up and do a show up there. I don't normally do shows at holiday parks per se, but I said okay to do it, and we went up, and it was an afternoon show, something I find really odd. And the first thing I walked onto the stage and I went, good evening, good afternoon, because I'm used to working in the evenings, doing all the shows in the evenings. So, but do you know what? It was really good. And the lovely people that were a part of the show, just awesome. I was so well warmed and well received. And, like this show here, I try to do a lot more in relation to teaching, as well as that, rather than just doing reading after reading after reading. Because the idea that I see that all psychic mediums should do is to teach you more about how this all works. Am I in the shower? No, I'm not in the shower, Julie. This is actually a backdrop in the studio. Okay, there's multicolours, there's black backdrops, there's green. I didn't want to do the green because it might make me look a bit weird. So these are the new backdrops in the studios. That's why they've got the lines on them. They're all new. But in future, for the new TV show that's coming up, there's going to be a gobo projected onto these, so there'll be stuff going on behind me, which is kind of cool, So, yeah, no, man. Why would I be in the shower? What's she like? I tell you what, she's on the sauce already. That's what it is. She's on the sauce. Do I come to Somerset? Yes, I do, Sharon. Yes, I do come up to Somerset. In fact, some of the biggest shows I've done were in Somerset, and I was working with the late great Colin Fry, and doing some of the big weekend shows were all up in that part of the world. Susan Aston's in tonight. Hiya, Sue. Hope all's well with you. Heather O'Loughlin, Debbie Decker, and of course Cody's in there. I said Cody as well. The shower. It's not a shower. It's not. It's a backdrop. Oh, you try your best, don't you? Yeah, you try your best. What can you do, huh? So the studio is now, it's changing dramatically. We want to go all pro, and we want to make it look all pro. So these new backdrops are coming in, and we're looking at a different. We just put the white one. I chose the white one tonight because I kind of wanted it, rather than just seeing loads of rubbish behind me. We've sectioned the studio off, and it's all gonna. It's a nice shower. Shut up, woman. It's a nice shower curtain. I told you, Julie, stay off the sauce. Nicola Hall, hi. Thanks for coming in tonight. Lovely to see you. And Patricia, good to see you there. Good morning from Western Australia. It's really morning over there. G'day, Patricia. How you doing? Good to see you. Thanks very much for taking the time out to come and see us tonight. I really do appreciate it. Damo Borden's in the house. Damo, my old pal Damo. Good to see you, buddy. Vivian Neumann. Vivian Neumann. Good to see you in there, darling. I did say, did you realise you've got a really, really posh name? Martina, Peggy, and not only a very posh name, Vivian, but a very famous name. But are you aware of that? Carmen, good to see you in there as well. G'day, says Patricia. You doing all right, mate? Right. Hey, Paul, how you doing? I'm doing well, Carmen. Thanks very much for asking. I do appreciate that. Life is on the up, Paul. Feeling more positive, Joe. I am so happy to hear that. You have a lot. Actually, I'm going to start with you tonight, Joe. You have lots and lots and lots and lots and lots happening with you. Your energies are just going up, up and up and up. However, Joe, I'm going to stick with you for a second. So, Joe, who just stick with me for a second. I need you to be with me really, really quickly here. As soon as I seen your little sort of icon, your little picture came up, bang, I was drawn to you straight away. So I need to talk to you about Joe, sorry. There's a whole change of energy around you in relation to more exciting, bouncy, very vibrant energy around you at the moment. I'm going to say that you are being really pushed by an older gentleman that's around you, okay? An older male, like a father, grandfather figure that's around you. But I'm also getting someone who had kind of held an honorary title around the family. Like, for example, if you called her Auntie Joe, just for an example, just using that name off the top of my head, you called her Auntie Joe, but she wasn't actually really an aunt by blood. She was just a really close friend of the family, but you referred to her as Auntie Joe. Then there's an energy like that around you I'm supposed to acknowledge as well. But here's the thing, Joe, that I need to talk to you about. I'm going to pick a card for you in a second, by the way. I need to say this to you, Joe. I need you to focus, all right, Joe Hool? I need you to focus. As much as the energy is rising and rising really, really fast, what I don't want you to do is give up at the first or second stumble. You're going to go through a few stumbles or a few speed bumps. Just learn the lesson from each of those speed bumps, alrighty? So when something like trips you up and you think, oh no, and you've got to start again maybe, and it'll happen again maybe twice, maybe 3 times. But each time that you stumble and you hit a speed bump, you're learning a lesson. Remember that. For whatever situation happens around you, be it good or bad, there's always a lesson to be learned. So, I don't know whether this is a change of business, I don't know, but there's something along the lines of energy expanding, going upward, and a whole pile of excitement around you, and I kind of get the feeling of green pound signs. So if it is a business-related scenario that's moving up for you, trust me, it's going in the right direction, and you're going to be doing quite well. But my advice that I'm getting the feeling of, the energy that I'm getting around you is saying, don't jump too high too quick, okay? Build slowly, surely, and firmly. It's like building a house, right? You don't put down the foundations and then bring in the roof. You put the foundations down, then you add the walls, then you do the spaces, and you build a house gently and firmly, correctly, and it'll work out really, really well, and it'll stand for hundreds of years. But if you try to put in the foundations, stick on the roof, and then build the bricks up to match the roof, it's never going to work. So slowly, surely, and it'll work out for you, Joe. But you've got this wonderful older gentleman around you who's giving me the feeling of granddad. That's the feeling I'm getting. This wonderful energy around you that's really pushing you, and sort of, I'm kind of get the feeling of it's about time. That's the feeling I'm getting. It's about time. But you need to trust your instincts, and you need to trust the fact that you are going to do this, and you are going to work. And don't, literally, speed bumps are there to help you, not to push you back. Okay, they're there to help you. Slow down, work on it, and whatever situation comes around, look at what was the best things that happened through that situation. Even if it's a bad one, what did you learn from that situation? Take the message, the lesson, and add that to moving forward. All right. So hopefully that helped you. But I did say to you I was going to get you a card. So Joe, hang on a sec. Don't go anywhere. Sammy Joe's in the house tonight. Good evening. And Jax, good to see you, Jax. I'm just going to do this card for Joe because I kind of get the feeling it's all about business with Joe tonight, or new starts and new beginnings, you know, something along those lines. So just give me a second, my dog. Oh, there's the card. It jumped right out. The card is Serena. Okay, can you see that? Serena. Give me a second while I read that for you. Wow. You ready for this, Joe? I am the angel of abundance. You will receive the money that you need, and God is in charge of how that will happen. So just have faith. How cool is that? And that just jumped out of the cards as I was shuffling them. There you go. Alrighty. Well, that's the first card straight off the bat. Wow, what a great start. Let's say hello to a few more people. Let's say lovely Jackie Pierce is coming to join us. Michelle's in there. Ben Douglas. Hiya, Ben. Good to see you, pal. Thanks for coming in. I'm going to quickly, if I haven't seen you, do forgive me. I'm going to have to go this because there's so many people have come in. So if I haven't seen your message, don't think I'm ignoring you. I'm not, okay? Hi, Paul, says Julie Newton. Let me just slow that one down for a second because I need to see you. Julie Newton. Hi, Paul. I seem to feel drained constantly at the moment, and there's a feeling as if I'm blocked. Any tips, please? Yes, okay, Jules. Brilliant. Okay, now let me just think about your energy for a second. I just want to pick some... right, okay, gotcha. Julie Newton. Now, there's several reasons why you're feeling tired. One of them happens to be a physical reason, okay? I'm getting a feeling of not enough nutrients and too much sugar, okay? So I kind of feeling that you're up and then you go thud. Then you're up and then you go thud, okay? So what I want you to basically address your diet, but for the concept of the amount of sugar or sugar products that's coming into you, because I'm getting the feeling of Tate and Lyle or sugar-related scenarios. I don't feel diabetes, so, but remember, and I've always said this and I'll say it again today, is never take the word of a medium. Always take the word of a professional. If you're not feeling well and there's issues down that side, then go and see a professional, see a doctor, and listen to a doctor and tell them the truth, because he can't help you or diagnose you unless you're telling the truth. All right. Now, here's the other thing that I'm seeing around you, Julie. I'm seeing wavy lines. That wavy lines mean to me lack of sleep, or sleep, not necessarily sleep deprivation, but falling asleep at the wrong times and not getting to sleep, say, to early hours in the morning and all over the place. Okay. Now, that's because your energy is all over the place. Alrighty. So what we need to do, Julie, is we need to bring that right down. We need to bring that back. Pull the reins in and bring it back, okay? And the best way to do that is to literally meditate, okay? So go right back to basics. What is the basics of life? I'm asking you, all of you, what is the basic of life? Come on, tell me. What's the basic of life? Let me tell you. The basic of life, breathing. Think about it. Breathing. Without breath, you don't have any life. So, just go back to breathing, Julie. Just go back to sitting down, go into a meditative state and just breathe and let your mind flow. Let everything just flow through it. Don't focus on any one particular thing. Focus only on your breathing, and it's called pranic breathing. Breathing into a count. So it's in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, and release, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's called pranic breathing, and that is designed to get as much oxygen into the rich oxygen blood flowing through your system. So you breathe in and you hold it and you let the oxygen go into the system and let it flow out, and then you release. Okay, but each time you release negative. So when you're breathing in, breathe in positive energy, see positive plus signs, golden light, see all that coming into you. And as you release, see like you're breathing out smoke, but seeing it as a negative sign. So little negative signs all over, the minus signs, whatever you want to call them. But release the worries, the stress, the pain, the anxiety, agitation, whatever you want to call it. And breathe in positive relaxation, calmness, and just neutrality. And I promise you, once you've gone through maybe 1, 2, maybe 3 days of that, Julie, you'll start to feel well again, okay? I want to say to you, Julie, again, sticking with Julie, there's a name like Elizabeth, Elaine, Eileen, there's an E name around you I need to discuss. They want me to acknowledge as about being around you. I want to say June, July are 2 months that I'm supposed to acknowledge. I'm seeing 6 and 7. So either they want me to acknowledge the June being the 6th month, 7th month obviously being July, or the 6th of a month and the 7th of a month is significant as well. But they want me to acknowledge that. I'm seeing an E name like Elizabeth, Eileen, Elaine. That kind of a name is around you. I'm supposed to acknowledge. But Julie, be aware of a quite a change in energies around you in a metaphysical way. Okay, you may feel that you may feel a wee bit lost for a few days. Okay, but don't worry, you're not blocked. You're going through what we refer to as a change of guard, right? We all have a whole pile of guides that come in that help us in specific areas of our life, and specific levels or specific sort of lessons we have to learn. Once those lessons are attained and you've reached those particular levels, then the guides that were teaching you those move on. You may get the feeling of blocked or feeling of lost or abandonment even. Don't. That'll return to normality in about 3-4 days' time. Alright, so don't worry. Oh, yeah, card. Okay, I got shouted at in the background. Card! Like that, okay? Give me a second. So I'm going to shuffle them. I'm actually shuffling the cards, as you can see. Like, we'll do it up here. You can see, look, I'm shuffling the cards for Julia. These are not preordained. I never do that. And I never lie. So, here we go. Okay. I always say do the best for everybody. If you do your best and you do everything right, tell the truth, be honest and open, you've got nothing to worry about, have you? You don't have to worry about covering your tracks and all that kind of stuff. All right, so I'm shuffling. Oh, here we go. There we go. All right, Jules. The card that has jumped out the pack, you heard it flip then. The card is Fiona, the angel Fiona. Let me just show you quickly. There you are, my darling. Okay, Julie Newton, card for you is... Ow, here we go. Now that you've asked the angels for help, you see what I mean? You asked the question tonight. I'm feeling drained constantly at the moment. I'm feeling as if I'm blocked. Any tips? Now that you've asked the angels for help, be open to receiving divine guidance and the assistance that you deserve, and know that you are deserving of heaven's help. I'll read it again. Now that you have asked for the angels' help, be open to receiving divine guidance and the assistance that you deserve and heaven's help. And it's on its way, dear my darling. Okay? That's the card. What a cool 2 cards to begin with. So impressed with those, I'm telling you. Again, Lynn Fern. Hi, Lynn. Good to see you there, darling. Hope you're well. Barbara Jean, good to see you there. Charlene Winfield, good to see you there, Charlene. Hope you're keeping that mate of mine under wraps. Kristen, good to see Kristen. Just gonna go through Sean James, good to see you. Tracy, hi to see Tracy, lovely to see you in there tonight. Joe says, so happy that my pappy is with me. There you go, my darling. I do feel that he's around me. I'm glad, Joe. I'm glad for you, sweetheart. I'm really glad that's come through. Michelle says to me, Paul, my life is at a standstill. Any advice from my loved ones? Okay. Now, Michelle, here's the funny thing that I'm seeing around you at the moment, okay? Michelle Alder. I'm seeing forestry and woodland, okay? Now, just bear with me for a second before you jump down and go, oh, I know what that is. I don't think you do. Let me try to get this out. Michelle, when I see that symbol, it means can't see the wood for the trees. That's what that means. It means that you're trying too hard. Okay, you're literally you're putting yourself second to everybody else, and you can't see the wood for the trees. The answer, Michelle, for everything is here. It's here. Now, what I'm getting is I'm actually getting the symbolism of an octopus. Now, I know what that means. It means you're trying to settle and make too many people happy at once. So arms going in every direction. Alrighty? You're making too many people happy, but the most important person you're not making happy. Who's that most important person? You. Now, I was explaining this to a good friend of mine the other day. I want you all to think about this for a second. Everybody that's listening in and watching in tonight. And I need you not only to listen, I need you to contemplate this. Get it in here and get it through the mind, into the heart, and then into the auric field. The world doesn't exist without you. I need you to think about that. Especially you, Michelle. The world doesn't exist without you. Because if you're not here, how can the world exist? Think about it. So what I need you to do, Michelle, is I need you to go within. Okay? Now, I'm getting a feeling of a name around you, Michelle, that's another M, not yourself. Another Michelle or another Marie, Mary, Ann, something, I don't know. But there's another M name I'm supposed to acknowledge. And they're telling me to talk about the eighth month. August, obviously, there's a connection to the 8th month, or the connection to the 8th of a month is significant. Somebody passes fairly quickly after a strong diagnosis. They may have not been well for too long, but a strong diagnosis comes in and they kind of throw the towel in. So not after sort of a strong diagnosis. I don't want to go into the diagnosis, but a strong diagnosis comes in and this person passes months after this diagnosis. They're showing me my mom. My mom went back to get some tests done. And she'd had cancer some years previous. She went back to get some tests done, and my dad told me, he said, son, the cancer's back. I said, oh, God. And I said, so what's the prognosis? And they said, maybe a year. Maybe a year. The following week, he rang me up and he said, I need you to get home as quickly as you possibly can. Because I think Mom had resigned herself to the fact that she was going to go home. And less than a month after that, my mum went home. Okay? Now, I'm getting the same feeling and the same storyline about somebody connected to you, Michelle, that has crossed over. So there's something along that particular story they want me to acknowledge, all right? But what I need for you to do, Michelle, is I need you to concentrate here. Concentrate on yourself, okay? Because when you are happy and when you are full of energy and you've balanced everything out, that and then comes down to everybody else below you. All right. So remember what I said. The world does not exist without you. So think about that, and that means all of y'all. Just think about that for a moment as well. All right. So before I let Michelle go, I always do a card for those that I do read. Okay. And I'll always shuffle the cards, because what I'm doing is I'm connecting with the energy that's talking to me and getting them to kind of move through my hands as we shuffle the card, and then I'll say, look, make a card happen, pull it out, make it happen. Okay. So let's go. So the M name, like Mary, Marie, there we are. Okay, got it. Gotcha. Got it. There we are. Michelle Alder. That's the card that's come through. That is Aurora. Beautiful name. Okay. Let me just read that out to you, Michelle. You are flying high right now, which may threaten others. Do you see what I said? I said to you, you're trying to make too many people happy. Remember I said that. You're flying high right now, which may threaten others. But don't descend, because others will soon become inspired by your example. And so shall it be that you, when you look after yourself and get yourself into a good place, they'll be inspired by that. So hopefully that's helped you, Michelle. There you go, my love. Right. Let's go all the way. Again, Billy Roberts is watching it tonight. My good pal, Billy Roberts. I'm looking forward to hanging out with you, Billy. Oh, Billy, actually, I need to talk to you. I got everything back to front, upside down, back to front. When I was saying we're back to do our show on Tuesday, I'd completely forgotten this is Halloween week. It's the week after, but I'll talk to you about that anyway. Like, who else have I got? Cody, I'm 10. Says Nicola Hall. Cody, I'm 10. Michelle, hi Michelle. Ambrick, am I right? Ambrick Brown. Welcome. Thanks for coming in. And Michelle says, blessings for a beautiful read. You're very welcome, Michelle. You're absolutely welcome. And thanks very much for taking the time to come in. Where are we? Tina Walker says, Paul, could you feel if my dog is all right, please? She passed away this week. Oh, my gosh. And you can't sleep. You can't stop thinking about her. My sweetheart, the amount of times I've been asked about that particular element of life, our furry friends, as we love to call them, okay? I was talking about my lovely pal, Brewster. He's got his own Facebook page. Go and have a look at my Facebook page and then go and see Brewster. And I can tell you here and now, Tina, as soon as our lovely animal friends walk on, they walk on straight into the heavenly realm, okay? Our friends and family who are all over there are just waiting for them to take them over, and they look after them, and they get involved with them, and it's like they become puppies again, you know what I mean? They've got such energy, such power, and they're bouncing about, and they're just happy. Trust me, they're happy. But I'm not sure how this process works. So, I'll never lie to you, okay, Tina? But I'll tell you this. I'm not too sure how the process works, but they can let you know that they're around you, okay? I have seen orbs, floating around the bottom of the couch and the chairs, and I've seen orbs sitting on the bed, and I've seen indentations in the bed like that. So they can let you know that they're around you, and it's very often you'll find like hair, dog hair or cat hair, even months after these wonderful friends of ours have crossed over. But trust me, they are happy, they are met, they're looked after, and they go to a heaven. They don't go to a different place to everybody else, they go to a heaven. The amount of times that I've done readings when they, within the reading, they say, we have the dog, we have the cat, we have the budgie. Whatever our animal friend is that crosses ahead of us, they let us know that they have them. So that tells me that they're there with them safe and sound. All right? But trust me, Tina, my darling, your puppy, your dog, your loved one will give you as much love from the other side of life as they did here. Okay? They'll be around you, and they'll do their best to let you know they're around you. Okay? So just look out for those little things, those little nuances, the little things that happened from before, where maybe your dog had a little sort of way. Brewster had a way. he used to get up every morning, jump up on the bed, nuzzle me till I woke up. And when I woke up and I kind of went, yeah, I'm awake, I'm awake. He would jump down and stand by the door and look at me as if to say, Dad, come on, let's go. I want to go out, you know. And then he was sadly he was taken from me by a car. And then months later, when Holly turned up, a couple of days after Holly arrived, she started doing exactly the same. She'd jump up in the bed, nuzzle me, lick my ear to wake me up, jump down and stand by the door and look at me to say, come on, Dad. And the funny thing about that is I spoke to a couple of other mediums, especially mediums who are linked and work with animals, and they said our spirit animal friends can relate to the ones that are here and say, do this, do that to help him. So your lovely animal who's crossed over, your lovely puppy who's crossed over Tina, will be getting exactly the same guidance to come and help you again. But I can promise you, she's going to be absolutely fine. All right? She's going to be absolutely fine. And she's not old, and she's not weak, and she's not sick. She's bouncing about like a puppy. Trust me. All right? Trust me. Granya's come in. Hi, Grania. Anita Nichols. Hi, Anita. Patricia's here. Okay, and as I say, if I haven't seen your name and I haven't read your message, it's because it moves so fast and I don't get to see them. So please forgive me if I haven't acknowledged you. I'm not ignoring you, I promise. Paul, this is Connor, who's 10, Nicola's son, and loves watching you. Oh, hi, Connor. Thanks. Hey, Connor, how are you, pal? Good to see you, buddy. Hope you're well. Alrighty? Good man. And you're looking forward to your week off? You're going to be doing the Halloween stuff? Hope you're going to be doing the Halloween stuff. Dress up. I tell you what I want you to do, buddy. I want you to dress up in your whatever costume you want to dress up. Get all the makeup on you as well, okay? And I want you to get some pictures in, right? Get some pictures in and get your mom to send the pictures in so I can see you all dressed up. And make sure mom dresses up too, and dad, and get everybody around you all dressed up. I went out to America, and I was out in America at Halloween. And if you're not dressed up in America, people think you're odd, okay? Why would you not want to get fun? So make sure you do that, okay? And make sure everybody around you does that. And spread the love, okay? And make sure you tell mom and that how much you love her, because she loves to hear it, okay? You just need to be cuddle every now and again. You're the dude. Make sure it happens. Julie says, thank you so much for your advice and wise words. And the card was spot on. You just moved past. I nearly missed you there. And the card was spot on. Hope you have a wonderful evening. And Julie, thank you. I really appreciate you doing that. I really do. Nicola says, I'm going to Butlins for the week. Yes! Butlins for the week. Absolutely brilliant. I'm kind of hoping to do... Johanna and I, if we get some time off, we're kind of hoping to do one of the 80s weekends. I'm looking forward to seeing some of the 80s. One of my pals is playing Nick from Haircut 100, and he's performing, so I'm kind of hoping that we might get up to see him. Sammy Joe says, a bit scared to ask, but can I have a card, please, Paul? Sammy Joe, you ask so nicely. I shall do that for you. Give me a second. Let me bring Sammy Joe back down again. Never be scared, Sammy Joe, okay? Especially in the field of spirit, okay? People ask me, do I interact and talk to ghosts? I'll tell you a little bit about that in a moment, alright? No, I don't, is basically the answer. But I'll explain why. So I was just moving to get myself fit on the chair. I'm not used to this new environment with the backdrops and all, so that'll get me a little bit. But there's new mighting, and I'll probably look like a mill next week when all the lights are on me. But we'll get all that sorted out. Anyway, Sammy Joe, never be worried about spirit. Okay, never be frightened about spirit energy, because your friends and family and animal friends, as we've seen tonight, are very much around you, protecting you, loving you, and being a part of your life. So never be frightened. My grandmother taught me many years ago, 45 years ago. She taught me, she said, son, it's not the dead you want to be frightened of. It's not the dead you want to be frightened of. It's the living. Okay? The dead will never harm you. The people who've passed on, walked on, will never harm you. They'll look after you. It's the living, they're the ones that you need to be a little bit wary of. Okay? So, Sammy Joe, never be frightened, but I will get you a card. Sammy Joe, 25 years of being a professional medium. I've never brought negative energy through yet. And I'm not about to start tonight. So don't be frightened. Oh, there you are. Jumped straight out. Jumped straight out into my hand. Pink card straight off the bat. Look at that. Oh, wow. Wow, beautiful card. I'll explain this one for you in a second. I want, just before I explain this particular, or show you this card, Sammy Joe, I just want to explain something to yourself and everybody else, okay? Your thought process, how you think and how you sort of perceive yourself is the energy you send out, okay? If you're not confident about yourself and you're down and your head's down and you're negative, then that's the kind of energy you're going to draw toward you. Okay, it's actually called the law of attraction. Alrighty, so when you're out there, keep your head high, keep your confidence high, look people in the eyes, look for the sun, look for the stars, and invite that positive energy towards you, because it will find you. It's called the law of attraction. So Sammy Joe, be up there, be proud, be magnificent, okay, magnanimous. Go for it, and know you're going to achieve. Okay. Because that's what you're going to draw to yourself. Here's your card. And it is Yvonne is the angel. Alright. Let me read this one to you. The angel Yvonne, the spiritual rhyme, my nose really itchy. Here we go. You have a special bond, Sammy Joe. You've got a special bond with animals. Your pets on earth and in heaven are being watched over by angels. Isn't that amazing? That would have so fitted the last read. But however, it's coming for Sammy Joe. You have a special bond with animals, Sammy Joe. Alrighty? And that's a gift. That is a gift that is given down. If you have that bond and that sort of connection to animals, that is a beautiful gift. And your pets here on earth and those in heaven are being watched over. Alrighty? And that's the card that came out for you, my darling. Nice, gentle, easy card, so you have nothing to worry about. See? There you go. Now, let's go on to, well, Sammy Joe, thank you very much for your question. Michelle Amarick Brown, I was wondering how and why I was chosen with the gift that I've got. My other family members each have different gifts. Well, do you know what? How can I put this? Well, first and foremost, let me tell you this. Number one, every human on the planet, every single human born is psychic. Every single one, bar none. Everybody's psychic. Some people choose to embrace their gifts, other people don't. Some people subdue their gifts even though they've acknowledged it, and other people embrace them. Okay? Now, let me just answer your question with an explanation, Michelle. I'm a psychic medium. That means I work with both spirit and with the physical force of energy here. That means I use both. I was trained and taught how to do, the physical work where spirit will come through me and talk through me. But as I was being taught it, I was being told by my guides, you're going to learn this, but you won't work this way. Okay? So it's called trans-mediumship. Now, what happens is we will be drawn with ourselves and with our guides to work in a specific area of whatever your gifts may be, whether it be psychic or psychic medium or mediumship. You know, all mediums are psychic, but not all psychics are mediums. That's the difference there. So your gift will support who you are, Michelle. Right? And then that gift that you have and you perceive and you warm to and you embrace and you build with will then be something that you can help others with. I call it the Christmas effect. That's what I refer to it as, the Christmas effect. So when you get up in the mornings and you help somebody and they come back to you and they say, thank you so much for what you did. It's like receiving a Christmas present every single day. I love what I do. I absolutely love what I do. So I get this feeling every day. So expand that gift, Michelle, and move forward. And then once you've actually become a master of your particular gift, you may find that others start to work around you. You might start picking up how to do other particular aspects of what you do in a physical, non-physical sense. Okay? So hopefully that helps you out. But you will be drawn and brought towards what suits you the most. It's like people say to me, I love watching you on stage. I say thank you very, very much. And then when you've got a command over the audience, I kind of don't think that's the case. What is I have an interaction with the audience. I wouldn't command anybody, but what I do is I try to make every single person in my audience a part of the show, okay? A part of the connection, whether they get a reading or not. I want them to make sure that they've all got something from the night. Now, being able to have a stage presence, I think, is a gift, okay? Because a lot of people don't have it. A lot of people are great mediums, but can't work on stages. So it's fitting for people to be able to do the best that they can with the gift that they've got. So if you were designed to be on stage, you'll know, okay? But never force yourself to do something that you don't feel good about. You may feel, do you know what, I'm in my absolute element, being in an office and reading for people all day long. Fantastic. You may well be in a beautiful sort of, an office or a place where that people will come to you and you can do Reiki healing on them all day, a healing center, and do little bits of readings, and that makes you feel fantastic. Then fantastic, brilliant. Okay, that's brilliant. I love doing one-to-ones, but my schedule doesn't allow it at the minute. Okay, so when we move through into the new year, I'm going to try and schedule days of the week where people can come to me for one-to-ones, but as my schedule at the minute just doesn't allow it, so I do apologize for that. So hopefully that's helped you out. Emma Laura McGinn, EL. Can I have a card? Yes, you can. Can I have one? Yes, you can. Can I have one? Yes, you can. Let me get you a card, Emma. Hope you're well tonight, my sweetheart. Hope you're well. I know you're a darling, good friend of ours. So let me just get you a card out, Emma. So, calling upon the angels, calling upon Emma's friends and family who have crossed ahead to select a card. George, Joe. Emma, let me go to you. Now, even though I'm talking directly to you, Emma, as if there's anybody in the room with you, it could well be acknowledging them as well. But there's a J or G name here, like Joe, George, Joe, that kind of a name to be acknowledged straight away. Somebody crosses over around you, Emma, where that's very, very quick. They're here 1 minute, they're gone the next. I refer to those as a 1, 2, 3 crossing. 1, 2, 3, gone. You know, no depreciation of health, just boom, and I'm on the other side of life. So I'm getting that energy that's being around you tonight, and I'm getting a feeling of just sparkles and fun and laughter, and everything's great. That's the energy that I'm getting around you. Oh my God, are they ever close? Forgive me, ladies and gentlemen. When spirits around me, my nose gets really itchy. If you watch me on any footage on any TV, YouTube, go onto my YouTube channel, Paul Francis 111. If you haven't already subscribed, please go on there and subscribe. So it's Paul Francis 111, and watch all of the various sort of videos that are on there. But you'll watch me constantly do that, because when spirits around me, my nose gets itchy. I mean, here's the card, Em. Just for you, my love. Oh my gosh. If you're going to pull out one of the cards, you may as well pull the big ones. Okay? The Archangel Uriel. Okay? And I know why this energy has been pulled. Well, there's two cards. Give me a second. You have to be greedy, don't you, Emma? Here we go. Your emotions, Emma, are healing, which enables you to be open to greater love. Listen. Your emotions are healing, which enables you to be open to greater love. I will help you release the anger. I will help you release the anger and the unforgiveness from your heart and from your mind. Wow! Let me just say that again for you, okay? The Archangel Uriel, which is one of the archangels I work with, by the way. Your emotions are healing, which enables you to be open to greater love. I will help you relieve that anger and the unforgiveness from your heart and from your mind. Amazing. That was card number 1. So, Emma Laura McGinn, that's card number 1. If you're going to choose one of the big guys, choose one of the big guys. The card number 2, because I didn't realise when it flipped out at me, there were 2 cards stuck together, so I'm assuming that they must mean the 2 cards for you. Francesca is the second angel that's come through for you, Emma. What you do I just can't. I'm starting to get old, so I can't read it. What do you deserve right now? Here's the question. What do you deserve right now? Visualize it, and it will come to you. Negativity will only block your progress. That so fits with the previous card. Let me read it again for you. What do you desire right now? That's the question. Visualize what you want and see it coming true. Negativity will only block your progress. So don't say in your head, I'd really love a new house, but I know I'm not going to get it. Because you've just brought negativity into a positive situation. So, I'd really love a new house and know that that house is going to find its way to you. Alright? Okay. Oh my gosh, here we go. Again, I'm just looking for my beautiful Debbie White. Debbie, I just read your message. You're really worried about your granddaughter. My immediate reaction is don't. Don't. Okay? Two things. Number one, when you're worried, you're giving off negative energy. You're giving off a very low frequency of energy. No fact that your granddaughter, your family, are receiving really high-powered, healing, strong energy. Okay, it's bouncing in from the angels. The angels don't like to see children in pain or in anguish in any way, so they come in really, really hard with strong energy to lift them and bounce them up. So what I want you to do, Debbie, is just sit back quietly later on after the show and say, my angels of healing energy, go around my daughter, my granddaughter, and make sure she's kept well, safe, and bring her back to good health. That's all you need to do. Okay? 2 cards have come through. Let me share them with you. The first card is the angel Idriel. And it goes like this. Debbie, you're a light worker. God needs you to shine right now. And shine your divine light and love like an angel upon the earth and upon its inhabitants. So, just before I even looked at this card, I said to you, I need you to be positive. I need you to send that energy out. I need you to call in the angels of positive light, strength, and power and send it directly to your daughter, your son-in-law, and your grandchildren. Okay? So that's what that card is saying. Okay, you are a light worker. I know you are because you've come to my shows and we've met and we've chatted many, many times and you've got a wonderful energy. So send that energy out with no negativity attached to it, knowing only that your family are going to be brilliant. Okay, so that's what that card is. I'll just show it to you again in case you want to watch the show back again. My lovely pal Jackie has sent me some messages, but Jackie, I can't open them right now, darling. I can't open them until after the show, okay? Debbie, second card, Sonia is the second card, okay? There you go. Let me just bring that up so you can see. There you go. And I'll read that to you. So, Jackie Pierce, I know you've sent me some messages, babes, but I can't see them right now. I'll only be able to see them once the show's finished, okay? Debbie, the second part of your messages from the angels from heaven is this. Now, Debbie, I want you... Wow. Some weird stuff going on behind us at the minute. Now, Debbie, here's what I need you to think about, okay? Debbie, I know who you're asking for help. So listen to this message. Listen to the message. I bring you a message from a deceased loved one. I bring you a message from a deceased loved one. I am happy. I'm at peace. And I love you very, very much. So please don't worry. You couldn't have got a better message, Debbie. You could not have got a better message. Christina Paddington is watching. Good to see you, darling. Thanks very much for coming in. Sonia Ellis. Paul, can I ask you, how soon can someone come through once they've passed over? And may I have a card? Yes, great question, Sonia. And the space... Right. Oddly enough, I was discussing this yesterday. someone can come through to me relatively quickly, within hours of their crossing, literally within hours of their crossing. They can come through to me, and have done. Should they come through to me? No. Okay? For those who find their way to me, there's a reason behind it. And I have a strict set of rules. And that set of rules is quite simply this. Mediumship is not a cure for grief. Think about it. Mediumship is not a cure for grief. Okay? The grieving process, in my personal opinion, should be adhered. It should be looked upon, and it should be, you should go through it with your family. You should be supportive of your family, and they should be supportive of you, and you should be supportive together. Okay? And then coming to a medium to try and find solace is never a good thing. Okay? And I really do not like mediums who actually think it is a good thing. But the fastest I have had someone come through to me, Sonia, is literally hours after their crossing. Okay? But what happens is you can actually damage the situation by saying, oh my gosh, I've got such and such through. Because it actually inhibits the grief process, and it inhibits that person being able to go through the grief process with some sort of gentility. Yes, you can turn around and look at it from a concept of this. You can turn around and say, yes, but I now know that this person is well and happy. And yes, that's fact, you can. But a lot of people, and I'm talking about 95%, maybe 98% of people, just want me to bring them back, and I can't do that. Okay? I personally feel that the grief process should be adhered, because, you know, all they've done is changed energy. They've gone to a wonderful place where they're now surrounded by their families who crossed on ahead of us, and they're being looked after, they're being helped, they're being loved. Now what we need to do here is be supportive of those who are behind, who are left behind, because they will be supportive of us. So the fastest is hours from when they crossed to going as long back as, you know, they've been gone 50 years ago, but they've still made a message come through. And that kind of conflicts with reincarnation. So what I've found out through my time as a medium, reincarnation is real. Absolutely, reincarnation is real. However, it's not forced. Okay? That's what I find out. You can become reincarnate pretty much almost immediately, but you can also choose not to be reincarnate at that time. And therefore, I'm receiving messages from people who had crossed 50 years down the line. So hopefully that helps you out. And Sonia, for such a great question, I shall give you a card. Well, I'll select a card. What I want you to do is send a message up in relation to the cards, and a message to the angels, and say, I really need you to help me with X, Y, Z. And hopefully the cards that I'm shuffling here, patiently, will then supply you with a little answer. All right? Okay, here we go. Here it is. It is the Angel Shanti. Check that out. Do you know, it almost feels like someone is walking on the roof of the studios. That's what it sounds like. It sounds like someone's actually walking on the roof of the studios. Here's a message, Sonia. I am the Angel of Peace. I bring you new tranquility and a smoother path ahead. How cool is that? I am the Angel of Peace. I bring you new tranquility and a smoother path ahead. There you go. Right. Grania Clausen. My gran used to say that, and I live by that. Yeah, it's not the dead that you want to be frightened of, it's the living. But I actually don't like to even use that. Why be frightened? No need to be frightened. Okay? Being frightened is only a negative situation which doesn't help you. So don't do it. Alright? So, let's have a quick move on down. Dawn Clark is watching. Good to see you. Keely says, card stroke reading, please, Paul. Brother recently passed. I feel like he needs to tell me something. Okay, well, let me just say this to you, Keely. As much as I'm talking to Keely, or Kelly, I could be pronouncing it wrong. It could be spelled beautifully, Kelli, Kelly, or Keely. However you spell it, still a beautiful name. I'm sorry to hear that your brother's passed. And if you feel that he needs to tell you something, then that means he's trying to talk to you. Okay? That means you shouldn't actually need a medium. Okay? You should be able to feel that connection yourself. Okay? So, I always say, Keely, give yourself the opportunity to be able to receive the message directly from your brother. Okay, they can do it in multiples of ways. They can do it physically, and they can do it metaphysically through dream states and things of that nature. So, I'm kind of wondering why I'm getting this, like somebody's walking across the roof of the studios, which is kind of weird, but because it's raining outside. Really weird. Okay. So Johanna, if you're over at the house and you're watching, come out and see who's walking up and down the roofs of the studio, because it really sounds like that. Maybe it's been picked up on the microphones of the cameras here. So anyway, let's move forward. Keely, so sit back quietly and allow him to try and talk to you. Okay, I can understand why you've come to me tonight, and I can understand that you're frustrated, you're tired, you're worn out, and you're wondering why your brother has crossed over. But I spent a lot of my time worrying about why my mom was taken. Now my father's gone. Mom was only 59. No, I can guarantee you it's not a cat. If it's a cat, it's a big cat. Okay. Just saw the message. It could be a cat. No. If it is, trust me, if it sounds to me like somebody who's maybe 10, 12 stone walking. Doom, doom, doom. This sounds like I can hear it on the roof of the studios. Anyway, we're here. We're doing our show tonight, so we'll focus on this together. So, Keely, allow him to try and talk to you, okay? Give him hints and tips about how he can talk to you, and he'll do that to you, and he can do it for you. And trust me, they can come in and they can talk to you directly through dream states. And don't challenge that when they do. Don't challenge the fact that they will talk to you, all right? The difference between a dream state, we refer to as visitations, and a dream is you'll forget a dream. You'll just forget. A dream is the conscious and the subconscious working out what you dealt with that day through audible and visuals and touch scenarios, and they put it into the various categories, put it together, and while they're doing all of that work, your conscious, subconscious is doing all that work, you get weird dreams. Okay? If you want to have a really weird dream, then eat something or drink something that's got protein in it before you go to bed. So drink a glass of milk or eat some cheese. And then tell me about your dream. Weird. However, when our lovely friends and family who have crossed over, we actually have 3 states of mind. Alpha, beta, and theta. Alpha, beta, theta. The alpha state is now, when we're chatting. The beta state is when you're into a deep sleep. And the theta state is when you can be hypnotized. You're into that state of hypnosis. But mediums, we work in the theta state constantly. Our energy is raised really, really high, and they lower their energy, and it's that crossover is where the information comes in and out. So your friends and family who have crossed over, your brother, can sort of get into that state of mind where you're in that sleep and he can talk to you. Now, the thing about that is, when you were actually receiving the information directly from your brother, I'm speaking not just to Keely or Kelly, but everybody, when you're receiving that information, that is a true connection to those who have crossed over. And we call them visitations. And you will remember every single thing about it. It'll be like you're actually experiencing it. So ask him to come to you like that, but don't expect him to jump to your commands, all right? Ask him to come to you and have the patience to allow him to figure it out. Alrighty, but Keely, which is a beautiful name by the way, lovely spelled Kelli, like that's really beautiful. I'm gonna put, there we are, look at that. I've got a card directly for you. Oof, wow. I went to shuffle the card and it's stuck in my hand. So this card is definitely is for you. Okay, check that out. The Angel Gabriel, Kelly. You have important life purposes involving communications. I mean, you ask and you receive. Check that out. You've got important life, an important life purpose which involves communication and also the arts. Please don't allow insecurities to hold you back, as I will help you. Okay, I'm kind of broke that down because I was trying to read it, because the writing's a bit weird. But so the Archangel Gabriel is around you, Kelly, and quite states this: you have an important life purpose involving communication. Amazing that we were just talking about that. And also the arts, by the way. And please don't allow insecurities to hold you back, because I am going to help you. I can't imagine that being anything other than a direct communication from your brother and from your angelic realms. Phenomenal. Alright? I didn't do a card for Debbie when she was asking me about her granddaughter. But oh, I did. Yes, I did. I did that card. So it was a message. So don't forget that card I gave to you a bit earlier. There we go. Lynn Fern says, a medium on Facebook has said that the clothes you're wearing when you pass over will be your ghost clothes. No. No, that's not the case at all. Okay? No. Alright, I can understand what they mean by that, but let me explain to you what that means. It's not like you go to Spirit and you've only got one wardrobe. Okay, you know, what happens if you get dressed up in a suit that you really hated? You're going to spend all eternity really unhappy? It's not the case. Right? And if we go back to the days of Victorian era, where they didn't have a lot of clothing, they were given shrouds. A lot of people were buried in like a shroud. So that's why a lot of people see people drift. They look like, it looks like a sheet. A shroud looked like a sheet, and that's why a lot of ghosties, as you call them, were sort of portrayed as being that way. But no, it's false. They don't have only one suit. That's not how it is. Yeah, if it's true, there must be a lot of PJs and nighties up in heaven. I know, but what happens sometimes is when a person does their best to come back to let their family and friends know that they're okay, they will show themselves in the suit or the clothing that their friends and family last saw them in, so that it helps their friends and family make the connection. Oh my God, that's the suit that we buried her in, So it helps them make that connection, but it's not the fact that they're stuck in that suit for all eternity. But it is a good question, Lynn, and it's made me giggle, and I really do appreciate that. But I can understand why the media maybe portrayed it in that way, but it's not fact. It's not. They don't have just one suit, and yes, you're right. A lot of babies, a lot of children who passed on were put in their favourite jammies, and so it doesn't mean they're walking around heavy in their Mickey Mouse pajamas. Not how it works. Okay. But it has made me giggle. Thank you, Lacan. Melanie's watching tonight. Melanie, good to see you in there. I hope you're well. Karen says, Karen Hebdige. I'm sorry, I can't pronounce your name. Karen. I'm just going to call you Karen. Lovely Karen. Hebdige. Tell you what to do for me, Karen. Break it down phonetically, because I'm an idiot and I can't read. So break it down phonetically, and yes, I will do a card for you, my darling. Alright, I'll do a card for you right now. I'm shuffling the cards as we speak. All the cards that have been pulled previously I'll show you. Like, here's the pack that I'm shuffling. All the cards, no, I can't show you because the camera's down here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 readings already done. So they're not involved with the pack, so I'll keep the pack fresh. So, but Karen, Firstly, I need to address. I'm seeing a for sale sign around you. That's important that I share that for sale sign with you. When I see a for sale sign, it means significant change in your life. Okay, it means, yes, of course, moving house, moving jobs, but something that's going to happen around you that's going to bring in a significant life change. Okay, but trust me, it's all going to be quite good. It's all going to work out, not necessarily as quickly as you might like. Not necessarily as quickly as you might like, but it is going to work out. So trust and have patience, Karen, okay? So let me just... Oh, okay, that's the card there. It's flicked out. The card that has come out for you is Opal. Opal. Alright? So let me just explain that one to you, Karen. Your children on earth and in heaven are happy, and they are well, and they're being cared for by God and the angels. So, that's a unique card. It's a beautiful card, but a unique card. So your children on earth and in heaven are basically being watched over by angels and being cared for by God as well. What a beautiful card, Karen. What an absolutely stunningly beautiful card. So hopefully that's brought a little bit of joy into your life, and maybe you can understand why it's been brought to you. Okay? Alison Hennessy is watching. Vivian says, any idea of my mediumship, please, Paul? Vivian Neumann. I know it's Neumann because your family name is a very, very, very famous microphone company from Germany. Are you aware of that? So the Neumann name, very, very expensive and very, very powerful and wonderful microphone systems that we use in the studios. Did you know that? Now, your mediumship, Vivian, is all down to you. All of it is down to you. Now, I know this is not going to be very helpful right now, but nonetheless, in 2018, I will be doing seminars where myself and a couple of other mediums, we're going to be doing weekend retreats. We're going to be going to wonderful, beautiful places where you can stay for the entire weekend, and you can come and have us for the weekend. So we'll be doing those in 2018. But your mediumship is down to you. Okay, and how far you want to take it, how you want to take it, how you want to progress. People say to me, how quickly can you go from being a beginner to being a medium? And I always say, how long is a piece of string? And I genuinely mean that. Yes, we can put you onto the road. We can start teaching you the process of becoming a medium. But how quickly you do all the exercises and do all the work is down to you. So you can progress really, really quickly, or you can progress over a number of years. But it's not a race. It's down to you. Now, the style of medium that you want to become, again, that's also down to you, because it has to work with your personality. It has to work with your concept of belief. It has to work with how you will learn how to bring information through. Because at the end of the day, you can receive data or information coming from spirit, but how you interpret that and how you then bring that through to your sitter, as they're referred to, the person that you're delivering the information to, is that's the difficult part. Because what will mean something to you will mean something completely different to the person you're talking to. Remember that. Just because red means red to you, it could mean something completely different to somebody else. So you can't automatically assume that you are correct. John Edward taught me. He said, Paul, you're the medium, so therefore you are the mailman. Okay, just deliver the mail. Okay, don't try and read the mail, because when you read the mail, you're reading it from your perspective, not from the perspective of the person who's supposed to receive the mail. Remember that. Okay, so my advice is, yes, by all means, move forward, Vivian. But my advice initially is to say, sit in multiples of circles rather than just one. Okay, go and learn from a lot of different mediums. Watch different mediums on TV. Watch how for an example, how I present, how I work on stage. My mediumship is based around comedy. A lot of it's around comedy and fun. But a lot of people aren't comedians, so you may not be able to work how I work. But I've worked for many, many years, and my style that I started out with is completely different to what it is now. Right? So, there you go. Michelle says, I will PM you. Yes, by all means. And I would like to have a card. Okay, Michelle. Well, I've got the cards in my hand right here. Give me a sec. So, Michelle Ambrick Brown. Cool but double-barreled name there. Okay, I'm going to have to spread these out and be drawn to the card for you. So give me a sec while I do that. By the way, if you're only just coming to join us, we are running a little bit late tonight. Started a little bit later, about 15 minutes later than I had anticipated in starting. Life got in the way. Simple as that. So let me just be... There you go. There's the cards. Okay. So for Michelle, I'm going to be drawn to a card for you, darling, alright? So, as I'm just scanning them with my feelings, with my thoughts, not with my eyes, but I'm being drawn to where the card is supposed to be, okay? It's over here. There you go. There's your card. Michelle! Crystal! You have the angel crystal. There you go. Let me share that with you. Have faith and hope, because there's something positive and new on the horizon that you can't yet see. I beg your pardon. So, Michelle, have faith and hope, because there is something new and positive on the horizon that you can't yet see. Something great is coming your way. Phenomenal. How cool is that? Be aware of that, alright? Johanna sent me a photo. I can't see photos. Please don't send me your photos. Alright? Give me a sec. Johanna and Gary are both just trying to PM me, but I can't do PMs while I'm doing this here, so I'll talk to you guys shortly. But Johanna, if you are watching, nip out. There was something weird walking up and down the roof. It was quite cool. Rob Snodgrass is watching. Hi, Rob. And Michelle, hopefully that card helped you there, darling. Right? Patricia, are you able to tell if there's a dark spirit influence around me, please, Paul? Yes, I'd be able to tell you that, Patricia, but no, there isn't. Okay? The thing about having dark spirit energies or negative energies or energies of that nature is most of the time they are kind of tricksters. Okay, what has happened basically is Hollywood has got involved. Okay, now Hollywood couldn't, Hollywood tried to make a program called Medium. There was a program called Medium. Okay, when it started out, and because mediumship is very often just associated by what we do, there wasn't enough energy, there wasn't enough vibrance, there wasn't enough happening. Okay, so they had to embellish upon that to make the program Medium that much more, interesting and dramatic and things of that nature. So what they do is they take the basis of mediumship and they expand it out beyond what it really, really is. Now, therefore, that's what happens a lot of the time. A lot of people think that they're being surrounded by negative energies, and it's not the case. Okay, you can be surrounded or you can have a frustrated energy around you, but not negative. Okay, and frustrated in the fact that they just can't seem to be able to get through to you, so they become frustrated. I can tell you this, Patricia, you don't have a negative, dark energy around you. That much I can tell you. Now, I don't know if you live in an old area or an old house, okay? But I am getting the feeling of slight engrossment on my... the feeling that I'm getting is, why are you in my house? Why are you on my land? That's the feeling I'm getting. But because I'm giving you off, like, why are you here? Why are you on my house? Why are you in my land? Then you might perceive that as being dark and negative, but it's not. Okay, it's a constance of sit down and say to the energies around you, well, look, yes, this was your house, and yes, you are welcome. I did this in my house. Yes, this was your house, but it's not anymore. Okay, this is my house now, but you are welcome to be here. But you're only welcome if you behave, and you're happy and you bring good energy. If you're not going to do that, then you're not welcome, and leave. And be that precise. Be that precise. Okay? Emma says, makes sense, Paul, of what's going around me right now, and thank you. And you're very welcome. You're very, very welcome. Nicola Hall says, or Connor says, could I have a card, please? I've got the card still spread out, so yes, I will select a card for you. Let's have a quick peek on there. What I would like to do is I'd like you to sort of interact with me a bit more, so more questions and answers, because the more questions you guys ask, the more everybody learns, and I like that. Okay, so I'm going to select a card for Connor. Alrighty, Connor? Remember, you're the man of the house, you got to look after everything. Bed early tonight, though. You know what happens? We send the children to bed early, then they get up early, and then we wonder why the children have woke us up early. Isn't that stupid? Well, you sent me to bed early because I'm going to get up early. It's Halloween week. Give them a break. Oh, my beautiful pal, Gwen Cora's watching. Hello, Gwen, my darling. Good to see you in there. And where's my pal Derek, and how's he feeling? More to the point. I tell you what, I must get some time in tomorrow and give you guys a call. I haven't given you a call for ages, and I haven't caught up with Derek for ages, which is wrong. I need to catch up with him. But it's good to see you in there, Gwen. The lovely Gwen, ladies and gentlemen, there. Derek Acor's wife, and an absolute sweetheart. And such loving people. Such absolutely loving people. Now, Connor. Okay, let me just be drawn to the card. There's the cards, Connor. Like, you can see them. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to feel the energy of these cards, and I'm going to be drawn to one of the cards, especially for you, pal. All right, Maria McChrystal, how you doing, pal? Good to see you in there. Connor, so I need you to come back and talk to me here, just really, really quickly. I need to see that you're connected to me, buddy. Hang on a second. It's up here, and I feel quite young with this as well, which is kind of cool. It makes me feel a little bouncy. And I kind of feel, vibrant. That's the right word. Okay, Connor, I know you're 10 years old, so, but you're with your family, so I'm okay with this. If you were on your own, I'd be a little bit worried, and I'd say, no, I want you to go and get your mom, your dad, your older brothers, older sisters, whatever the case may be. But I know you're with your family, so I'm okay with this, okay? So, check this out, bud, okay? Check that out. That's the card that came through for you. Look at that. I did say vibrance. Look at that. That's a unicorn with wings. Check that out. Called Omega. Omega. Who? How cool is that? You ready? Carl. Or Connor. What did I say Carl for? I don't know. Connor, here we go, buddy. Victory. It says it there, look. Victory. Your desire is coming to fruition. So keep up the good work. Okay, so when you're sending that energy out, that I really want this, Mom, I really want this, Dad, I'd love that new bike, I'd love this new car, whatever it is that you want, everything you're doing is you're doing it right. So keep up the good work. And guess what? We have a rule in our house, and my daughter's 10, by the way, Maya, she's 10, and she will tell you the rule of our house. And the rule of our house is quite simply this: it's called risk and reward. Okay, that's our house. My kids don't just get things given to them. They have to have a risk and reward. And the risk is quite simply this: whatever you put into something, you'll get back. Okay? So the risk is, I'm going to put my effort into making things happen. And the reward is, things will happen. Okay? So the more positive, great things you do, the only things that you're going to draw to yourself, my boy, is positive things. If you want that bike, then work hard to get that bike. And that's the same thing for life, my boy, okay? The more energy and more time and more effort you put into life, Connor, the more you'll get out of it, okay? The more you'll get out. I promise you that. So if you want to be that top-of-the-range footballer, then put the effort in. If you want to be a musician, sit down every day. Put a half an hour in on the guitar, the piano, the drums, whatever you want to play. But you must put the effort in, because it just doesn't come to you. You have to work hard on it. But that's life. And the harder you work, my boy, the harder life will come back to you in a positive way. Okay? But keep smiling and look after your family. That's your job. Alright? Jim Lockheed is watching. Hi, Jim. Good to see you. Sonia says, thanks. I just wanted to know my mom's okay. Absolutely. She passed away a couple of weeks ago, and I'm relieved that she's at peace and no longer suffering. Sonia, absolutely. The second that she crosses over and she lets go of this mortal coil, she is absolutely healthy. She's absolutely fine. Sometimes they get a little bit of a disorientation, but that's only trying to figure out what's going on. Then their friends and family, her mom and dad, her grandparents, her brothers and sisters, anybody who's connected to you guys will be around her and welcoming her. And she's walked into a place where love, our word for love, doesn't come close. It doesn't come close. Take everything that we have that's positive, harmony, peace, love, tranquility, and get everything, all those positive words, push them all into a ball, and we're only starting to get to what they're in every day. Okay? So no, she's fine. And like I said, like I've said this many, many weeks in, weeks out, if you want to honor those who have crossed over, then be the best you can be here. Okay? If you want to honor Mom, Sonia, then be the best you can be. Live your life to the absolute max and enjoy it and be great and bring love around you, bring light around you. And you will be honoring her by being the best you can be here. Okay? Good on you. Well done, my darling. Sharon Watts says, am I getting anything for you, please? Well, I'm not, Sharon, at the moment, but I will be quite happy to look at your energy, pick up on your name, look at how you've written, and what I'm doing is I'm just like drawing the energy, just bringing the energy towards me. Okay? Now, I will say this to you, my darling. We're coming up on a birthday or an anniversary connected to somebody on Mom's side of the family. So there's somebody on Mom's side of the family that want me to acknowledge as being around you. There's a maternal feel here. There's a mother-grandmother feel. Sharon on Mom's, that's pulling me left, so it means Mom's side of the family. There's an acknowledgement that I want to talk about in there. But there's a birthday and anniversary coming up that they want me to acknowledge. So I've just said to them, great, thanks very much for coming in. Now draw me to a card for Sharon. Okay, so the one that's just sticking out, every time I look down and see it, so therefore I'm obviously being drawn to that. But Sharon, think about this for a second. Birthday, anniversary coming up, and around now I'm supposed to acknowledge, okay? But I'm also supposed to tell you this, my sweetheart. Sharon, look forward to Christmas. It's going to be a great Christmas. Okay, it's going to be great. I know we haven't done Halloween yet, and I kind of get the feeling of buzz around Halloween, so maybe Halloween was a great time for the family. I'm glad and continue to acknowledge and have loads of fun in Halloween. But I'm supposed to tell you Christmas is going to be great. Okay, Christmas is going to be fantastic. Now, the card that's come out for you, my sweetheart, is that. Okay, that's the card. And it's the Isabella, the angel Isabella. All right, I'll read it to you, my love. So, Sharon Watts, here we go. Yes! That's what it says. Yes! The timing is right for this new venture. A happy outcome will follow any positive expectations. So keep those positivities high and know that you're going to have a great time as we head towards December. Everything's going to get great. Keep those expectations high, my darling, and draw that great energy in, because mother, grandmother figure who's around you, get a maternal feel about this, is saying, I'm looking after you and it's going to be a great Christmas. All right? Know that's going to happen. Keep that mindset high. All right? I'm supposed to tell you, just come into my head, I was just putting the card on the table. There are no shortcuts. There are no shortcuts. Okay? Just know that. But you are going to be fine, and so is the family. Kevin Mullane is coming all the way from Wales. Kevin's come in the house, isn't it? Isn't it tidy? Lovely. Lovely to see you, boy. Thanks for coming in, buddy. I hope you're well. Nicola Hall. Paul, would you know who my spirit guide is? And am I too young to tell? Well, I met my spirit guide when I was 5 years old. Okay? When I was 5 years old. However, I know I was destined to become and do what I do. Okay? So it's a different scenario completely. But know that you are blessed. Everybody has a spirit guide. Some have multiples of guides, but that it's not a competition. But you'll have different guides come in and out of your life as you grow, okay, and they'll help you with different aspects of your life. But know that you're going to be loved, and when the time is right for you to meet your guide, they will come and meet you. But the fact that you're asking me about this particular connection, then be aware that they're going to be making little headways to be starting to show you who they are. Tell you a quick story. I'm going to tell you all. I'm just going to fold the cards up here, as you can see. Many moons ago, 10, 15 years ago, something like that. I was going through a little crisis thing where I was starting to challenge about who I was and what I was doing, and was this all real? And and I was working hard as a media, and I was doing really well. I was at lots and lots and lots of clients, and doing readings week in, week out, and all that kind of stuff. Started doing shows and blah blah blah. But I started at a little sort of crisis of conscious of mind, and I started challenging myself. Am I good enough? Is this what I want to do? And so on and so forth. So I said to my lovely guide Sean, I said to Sean, listen, I love you to bits. I know you're with me. I exist because of you, but I need to know you're around me. I need to know that you're here. I need to see some evidence that you are connected to me, and this is not all just happening by circumstance. That was on a Friday, okay? On the Saturday, that's only the following day, I went over to down here in Cornwall. We have a town called Camborne and Redruth. In between Camborne and Redruth, we have another little village called Poole. Now in Poole, we have a wonderful big market. Where you have these lovely markets where people come and put up stalls and they do all the boot sales and all that kind of thing. And I was walking up there with my family, and I just happened to look over to my right, and I saw this picture. And I went up to the picture and I looked at it and I was like, oh, wow. And I said to the guy, I said, I love your picture. And he says, what are you talking about? What picture? I said, this picture down here. And I pointed to the picture and he goes, oh, okay. And I said, you look confused. He goes, I don't remember putting that there. I said, oh, well, he said, all right. I said, how much for the picture? He said, and he came up, he gave me a figure, and I immediately accepted. And I went, oh wow, thanks very much. And I'll tell you what it was. The picture was a picture of exactly how I met my guide. I mean, if I had sat down with the artist and described how I had met my guide and they drew it, it is exactly like that. Okay, I mean, to the letter. And I was blown over. This guy had no idea that picture was there. Okay, and I went up and I was happy to give him whatever he wanted for a particular picture. It wasn't a copy, it was an original, and it was done in oils, and it was exactly how I met Sian for the first time, in exactly the same colour of hair, in exactly the same colour of dress, and exactly the same through the big doors that I met her. And I was mind-blowingly blown away by the fact that I had asked her only the day before, please show me that you're around me. So what I'm saying, Connor, and everybody else, is ask and you shall receive. Okay? But don't be too pushy on how they come, they show themselves to you. But if you're going to ask a question, then be open for the answer. All right? I want to say a big hi and a good evening to Steve Watley. Good to see you, buddy. Thanks very much for coming in and saying hi. Wendy Cook, Kat Galloway, she's way up there in the Midlands tonight. I'm glad you got there safe and sound, and I'm glad you were family, and I hope you're having a ball while you're up there. Julie Milne has watched. Good evening. So good to see you all in there. A quick message out to everybody again. I'm just knocking the camera here, so that's what's shaking. I beg your pardon. Please try not to private message me while I'm on the air, because I won't be able to get to see them. So you are PMing me, and you may get a little bit annoyed if I don't get back to you. It's because I'm working. I'm on the air doing my mediumship and talking to you all. And I love the questions and answers. I really, really do. I didn't, unfortunately, my lovely friend Derek Okora was on earlier on tonight, and I didn't get a chance to see him. I always try and get back home so I can watch Derek, because he is such a wonderful guy. He's really such a loving and attentive and just an open and honest guy. And I love him the best. He's a sweetheart of a guy. And when I watch Derek, then I'm excited, and I can't wait to get on and do what I do as well. So I want to say to Derek, thank you for the motivation. You're an absolute sweetheart, and I thank you for all that you do. You get out there and you do, and you work hard, and I know you weren't well. So if you are listening in tonight, I just want to hope that you're better. I will give you a call tomorrow and just catch up. We haven't had caught up for ages. When you went off to Spain, the last time I spoke to you, but I do know you've been very, very busy, and I hope you're well. If I haven't seen your messages, by the way, I do apologise, okay? It moves past so fast I don't get to see it. My grandson says he saw an alien in our back garden last night. I know how he feels. I see aliens all the time. My alien's called Johanna. Oh, I'm going to get a whack for that. She's going to give me a whack for that. You take the mickey. She calls me Irish, by the way. You take the mickey out of me, Irish. You're always taking the mickey out of me. She's a scouser. And then when she gets annoyed, she starts talking into a level that only Alsatians can hear her. So it's fun. But you know what? We have a great time. We enjoy. We laugh, and that's what it's all about. Okay. Dave Neville's watching. Hi, Dave. Sally Ann. Hi, Sally Ann. Good to see you. I'm with you. Good to see you. Good to hear it. Dave says to me, "Evening, Paul. I have a great story to tell you about something that happened to me recently about my mom." Good, Dave. I hope you are making that connection, and I hope you are. It's bringing that. Listen, take your time. All right. Anybody who's lost, I've had so many good friends lose people so quick, and all in a serious amount of time. But what I will say to you is this, my friends: my beautiful mom died 15 years ago. My mum passed on, walked on 15 years ago, and I'm still getting over her. And I'm a professional medium. I'm still getting over her loss. So don't assume for 1 second that it gets easier. It doesn't. You just learn to deal with it. That's the difference. You don't ever stop loving them. They never stop loving you, and they're around you constantly. And I love the connections. Dave's talking about a connection. Okay? I'll share a connection with you. And the reason why I share these connections with you is that hopefully you don't need me. That's the point. I want you to get to the point where you make the connections yourself. Okay? As you all know, I sadly lost my dad on Good Friday. So the Friday before Easter, Sunday. I lost my dad. He went home on the Good Friday. He sadly passed on. And I went over, and we were, got it, and we were dealing with trying to support each other, but attacking each other because we didn't know how to support each other. We didn't know how to deal with the loss of the head of our family, and there's all that kind of thing. Everybody loses temper with each other. That's natural. It's because we don't know how to deal with the situation. Okay, but it's okay as long as you love each other. There's an old saying: you attack those you love most first. Remember that, okay? You don't really mean the negativity that's going on in your head. You're just trying to deal with the fact that you've lost somebody so important in your life. Anyway, things moved on, and we were dealing with stuff, and then it was time for me to come back here to the UK. So I get down to Belfast Airport early in the morning. My brother dropped me off, and I go into the airport, and I go through the rigmarole of having to do all the stuff that they do, and I wasn't happy. I was starting to get agitated about all the stuff that they have to do through security and blah blah blah. So eventually I climb aboard the aeroplane, not happy, and it's still rattling around in my head that my father has now passed on. So I kind of wanted to be alone, so I'm sitting down on the aeroplane, and this lady comes and sits beside me, and I'm sending her energy. I'm not rude. I'll never be rude. There's no need for rudeness. So I'm sending her energy saying, ask to be moved. Please just, go and sit somewhere else. Please. Kindly, with love. I just kind of need some time alone. That's all I needed. So I kept looking out the window, and she clearly wasn't moving because she put her bag under the seat in front, and she sat down. She's getting herself all together. And she reaches into her bag, and she pulls out this magazine. A5 size magazine. So imagine an A4 cut in half, turn it up long ways, A5 size magazine. 2 days before that, I had been in the loft of our house in Ireland, and I pulled these boxes over, and my dad was an athlete. My dad was actually Athlete of the Year. He was given Sportsman of the Year. And inside this box was these magazines. A magazine called Athletics Weekly. That was the magazine. And this girl pulls out this magazine called Athletics Weekly, and I looked at her and I went, okay, that's unique. 2 days ago I was actually pulling this box. I kind of want to preempt this a bit before. I want to bring you back a little bit further than that. And before my dad had passed, I was over in Ireland looking after him, and he called me down, and he never did that. He never sort of wanted to sit down and converse with me, and he called me down, and we were chatting away, and he said to me, That's stuff you do. Like, you know, my dad was very, very old school. He wouldn't talk to you with love, and you know, he'd talk to his grandchildren with love. He'd make them giggle, but to his sons and daughters, he'd be like that. He said, "That's stuff you do," and I said, "Yeah." He said, "Is it real?" I said, "Dad, I don't lie. I don't do that, you know." And I said, "You know me. I'm your oldest son. Do you think I would lie about something as serious about that?" And he went, "No, you wouldn't." I said, "It's real." I said, "When the time comes for you to pass on, Mom will be there, and so will your parents, and you'll be fine." So, back to the lady sitting beside me. She pulls out this magazine called Athletics Weekly. So I just said to her, I said, "That's a unique magazine." She goes, "Yeah, I enjoy running. I'm an athlete." I said, "Oh, okay." And she goes, "And I run for a team called the Harriers." Do you want? If I had been standing up, I'd have fallen over, because that was my dad's team. My father's team were called the Harriers. And there's a girl who I've never met in my life sits down beside me. I'm willing her to go away. Okay, I'm suffering inside. I'm still trying to go over the fact that my dad is now dead and gone and buried. And she pulls out a magazine that I hadn't seen for many, many years, and tells me she runs for the very team that my dad ran for. I'm like, wow! And I said to her, I said, "Oh my God." So I told her what happened, and her words to me, now bearing in mind, she still doesn't know who I am, and she says to me, "Isn't that a wonderful message from your dad?" Boom! Okay? So I get home, and I get back into the house, and Johanna says to me, "All right, all I want you to do is go up into the room and lie down and just chill, because you're wiped out, I can tell by the look of you." And I went, "You know what, you're right, I just need to go and lie down." So I jumped up into the house, lay down on my bed, switched on the TV, and one of my favourite shows is a show where they go and it's called Wheeler Dealers, and you may have heard of it, I don't know, where they pick up old cars and they do them up and then they sell them on. And now, bearing in mind, that's I had the two hits. Number one was the magazine. Number two was she ran for the Harriers. So I climb onto my bed, and on comes Wheeler Dealers, and they're only working on a DeLorean. Okay, my dad used to work for DeLorean. 3 for 3, all in the space of 12 hours. So I was taking that as a direct connection from my dad to say, "I am around you, lad, and you were right." Okay, it's all there. Okay. So my advice to you guys is this: like my pal David Neville there, like myself, like Kelly, they are there. They are trying to make contact with you. They are fine. I promise you with all of my heart and my soul that our friends and family who have crossed over are happy and they're well. Please believe me, okay? And they will find a way to talk to you, okay? So hopefully that little story helped you tonight. I hope it did, because it's a true, real story, and I never lie. Okay, I will never lie about this. I will never do about this. In fact, I don't lie, because as soon as I tell a lie, Johanna can tell, so I just don't do it. Patrick O'Neill says, "Anything for me, please, Paul?" Well, actually, I'm shuffling the cards, Patrick, as I see your name, and I'll pull a card for you, buddy. Give me a second. So I'll find these cards out. I've been shuffling for the last 15 minutes when I was telling you those stories, so they're well and truly shuffled. So Patrick, I'm not getting a connection spiritually for you right now. As I say, I won't ever lie. I won't ever try and make it happen. If it happens naturally. But I'm not getting that. But I do feel a kind of a physical connection with you. So that will come across to me as being psychic. So let me pull a card for you on a psychic level, Patrick. But I just want to say this to you, buddy. As that connection comes in, I just need you to be on top of your health, all right? And when I say your health, I need you to be on top of your diet, your kind of that. Add a little bit more exercise into your weekly routines, and lots more water. Maybe eat more fruit, and just kind of be that way, because I'm kind of get a feeling of, and I mean this from a sense of scientifics. That's probably the best way I can. I feel an imbalance with chemicals with you, okay? So maybe too much salt in your system, or too little salt, I don't know. Hey, I'm not a doctor. Never ever go to a medium for medical help. Go to a doctor. They're the professionals, okay? But I need you just to be on top of your sort of your medical balances. Make sure you've the right amount of fruit and proteins coming in against, just get your diet correct and drink a lot more water, okay, Patrick? But I'm going to pick a card for you, and as I was being drawn to the cards, that's what it was coming through. Started coming through to me, okay? I do now, as I'm started drawn to the card, as I'm drawn to the card for you, Patrick, I do get an older gentleman around you now, like a granddad or dad or granddad feeling about you, okay? I am getting a patriarchal feeling about this, so somebody who would look after you in a parental way, whether it be direct parent, or a grandparent. But I'm getting a feel of somebody around you who would have looked after you in that way and still continue to look out for you, okay? And he's the one going, listen, I need you to be on top of this. I need you to look after yourself. Be a little bit more on that lines, okay? But I'm going to draw a card for you because we're running out of time really quickly here. I've enjoyed tonight, by the way. It's really chilled out and laid back. Hope you guys are enjoying it. Definitely got energies around me here tonight, guys. Here we go. Patrick, for you, buddy. Here we go. Astara is the card that has come through for you. Check that out. So Patrick, just want to move it up. Patrick O'Neill, here you go, bud. Wow, what a cool card, Patrick. You ready? You deserve the best. Reach for the stars. And reach for the stars with all your dreams and desires. And do not compromise. Basically, don't give up on your dreams, buddy. Go for them, get them locked into your head, and go for them. You've got this wonderful gentleman around you that's pushing you to get there, okay? And allow him to help you. He's putting things in front of you. He's making doors open. But there's no saying you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. Think about that, okay? Doors are opening, okay? And if you look at all of these doors that are opening, they're kind of bringing you into a line. Follow that line, and you're going to go well, pal, all right? So Patrick O'Neill, what a great card. We are zooming out of time, guys. Okay, let's go. If I have missed you putting a message up, then I do apologise. I'm not ignoring you. I just haven't seen it. I want to say hi to Danny Truscott. Hope you're well tonight, darling. Thanks very much for coming in. Karen says thank you, Paul. You're very, very welcome. Martina, how good to see you. I know you're in and out. Anne Ben is watching. Hi, Anne. How are you tonight? Hope you're well. Julie says, evening again, Anne and I are back. Wait, you've run out of wine, have you? Anne Ben, I'm drawn to you for a second, my darling. I want to pick a card for you, though the cards are already done like this, so I'm going to go to the back of the cards, as you can see here, okay? There. And I'm kind of drawn towards you, my sweetheart. Give me a second. Anne, I'm getting a feeling of around you that there's a kind of a turn coming up around you, and a turn in life, okay? So I'm kind of getting a left, it doesn't matter left or right, it doesn't matter, okay? It means that there's a shift happening around your life at the minute. Now that shift has to happen, sweetheart, okay? That shift is in place for you to restart, re-kickstart, remove, and get rid of a whole pile of stuff that you really don't need in your life, okay? The feeling that I'm getting is you're trailing along behind you a whole pile of stuff that you don't need. Okay, a lot of the stuff that you're carrying with you, you're carrying through times of honor, and you're carrying. Yeah, but that was because of this person. That was because of that person. But it's not relevant to today. So just let it go. Acknowledge the people in your life by letting them know that you love them and you're happy that they're a part of your life and you're happy to be a part of theirs. But you don't ever have to work under the premise of guilt, ever. Okay? So let go of anything that doesn't serve you. Okay? What doesn't serve you only holds you back. Okay? And pulls you down. And then you're negative, and then you go into a complete spiral. Let go. So let's look at the card bend upon that particular idea, Anne, for you. Alrighty? Where are we? Show me the card for Anne. Where is that one? This one? Where? That one. Here you go, my darling. Okay, Anne Ben. Oceana is the card that's come through for you, sweetheart. Look at that. Check that out. Oceana, Anne Ben. Okay. I love, right after I've given you a reading, I love the cards backing up the data. Here we go. Oceana states, take action, Anne. You're in touch with your truth in this situation. And you need to trust your gut and your lovingly, I beg your pardon, assert yourself. Let's go that again, because the light's not really great in here, so I'm kind of looking at it and sort of trying to make it out as I go. So for Anne Ben, let me just say that again. Take action, Anne. You're in touch with your truth in the situation you're in, and you need to trust your gut and lovingly assert yourself. Okay? So trust your gut instincts, but don't go in with hammers and tongues flying. Go in, trust your instincts, and be assertive about what you need in life, darling. All right? And you'll be fine. Okay? I am flying out of time here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. So if I haven't got to you tonight, please believe me, it's not because I've been messing about. I try to make my little shows as open and as much in teaching for everybody. Now, the good thing about these shows, that once the show finishes, it will be going up on YouTube. So make sure you go to my YouTube channel, Paul Francis 111, and go to and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and you'll be able to see. Once you've subscribed, and by the way, tick the little bell. There's a little bell icon there. Tick the little bell, because every time I update the channel, or I put a new teaching element on the channel, you'll be notified. Okay, so if you've already subscribed to my channel but you haven't ticked the little bell, zip up on there, take a few seconds, tip the little bell, and every time that it's updated, you'll get acknowledged, and it'll send you a message to say, oh, the Paul Francis channel has been updated, and you can be able to go in there at your leisure. Okay. Danny Truscott says to me, sorry I'm late tonight. I've been having a sing and dance with my girls. Brilliant, Danny. That's brilliant, and that's the way it should be. Having fun with your girls. These are moments that they'll be with you for all time. You know, the energy of hanging out with your children. Oh my gosh, we love it so much. You know, I adore the time with my kids. I adore it, and it keeps me young. You know, they keep me young. Maya's just nuts. She's absolutely nuts. Faith's a sweetheart. Maddie, she's an absolute darling as well. Maddie's starting old enough to follow her dad, and she's actually she's the one. She's starting getting into Gary Newman, big Gary Newman fan. And I've always said that Maddie will be the one that follows me on stage. She'll be the one that becomes the medium. Okay. Right, there's loads and loads and loads and loads of people have been speaking to me, and I'm having to go all the way down, and I'm sorry that if I haven't spoken to you tonight, I am not missing you about, and I'm not, it's because I haven't seen your message. There's hundreds of messages up there tonight. Julie Hicks has come in and said, Joy Muzzard, hey Joy, good to see you. And Ben, bless you and thank you. And you're very, very welcome. You are very, very welcome. Julie Kubiak says, message about Anne appeared as you chose her. But any messages that I've said, guys, any messages that you may have missed, don't worry. When the show's over, it'll be posted, and you can go back and listen to the whole show entirely again, or you can jump through it and get to the point where your reading is. And when you got to the segment where your reading is, you can watch that over and over and over. So it's kind of cool. Joy Mussard is in tonight. Look, the beautiful Joy. She's an absolute sweetheart. Up there in Newquay. And she's now got the Newquay Spiritual Church up and running again. So if you're in the Newquay region, then go along to the new Newquay Spirituals Church, which is at the oh crikey, it's at the, I'm not going blank on the name of it now. I've forgotten. Joy, tell me again where it is. I've just gone blank. I remember, and I've forgotten the name. It's the club, and I've forgotten the name. But I'm such a muppet. I'm tired as well, by the way. I've been working my butt off for 3 weeks without a day off. So, tell me where it is again, so I'll share it with everybody. Okay. Susie Sharrington is watching. Hi, Susie. Good to see you in there. Great show again, says Karen. I learned something new each week. Great. That makes me feel great, because that's exactly how it should be. All right. You should learn something new, and you should be able to take that information and pass it on. One of my teachers told me many, many years ago, when you learn information, always pass it back. Okay, it's not for you it's not like a recipe, secret recipe. You should, in what I refer to as personal development, okay, people call it spiritual development, mediumship, psychic development, whatever. I call it personal development. Okay, the reason I call it personal development is every single medium and psychic will develop in their own way. Hence the name, personal development. But as you develop as a medium or a psychic, you develop as a person. And as you develop as a person, you develop as a medium or psychic. So, hence the name, personal development. Okay. We are pretty much at the end of the show. I will take some questions if you want to ask me some questions. Still got the cards open in my hand, and I will try and do one or two cards more if I can. But I'm happy to take some questions with you guys. But I have kind of come to the end of my time on Reach Across Live tonight. Okay. I want to say this. I will say this to you guys. We're moving into a very, very special week, especially in the realms of spirituality and energy. The Irish have a very, very special name for Halloween. We call it All Souls. Okay, the Night of All Souls. And we have in Ireland, my grandparents used to have this wonderful ritual they used to do. And the eve of Halloween, or All Souls Night, they would set the table. They would put, like they would set the table for a high tea, so side plates, cups and saucers, milk, bread, biscuits, sweets, all that, biscuits and cakes and blah, blah, blah. And they would set it because they knew fact that the friends and family who had crossed over would come back that night for to see the family, hence the name All Souls Night, or All Saints Night in some places. So it's a tradition in Ireland. When you go into somebody's house, they feed you. Okay, so that meant when our friends and family were coming back to visit us from the other side of life, they left a little meal for them. And what a wonderful little sort of ritual to do, done with love and warmth, Martina says to me, "Can you be a medium and not yet be aware of it?" Can you be a medium and not yet be aware of it? Well, it's kind of putting a label on a door because it just happens to be a door. Okay? It's like putting a sign saying this is a door. Well, I know it's a door. Okay? A mediumship is it's a process. Okay? Well, let's look at the word of mediumship. Mediation. Medium. In between. The between. Okay? So a medium like myself will be the connection from those who have crossed over to those who remain. So the mediumship is actually the process rather than being a medium. Do you follow me? So you can develop your process, but you can also have already got some of the abilities of a medium, and you can start, picking up on connections, picking up some thoughts and feelings. Although if you're picking up some thoughts and feelings of people, that's psychic ability. It's when you're getting connections from spirit, it's when the mediumship comes into play. But if you're not already sitting in a circle, a development circle, or you haven't gone to development classes or gone to various places where they help you develop, then my advice is to do that. Don't try and do it on your own. There's a lot to learn, and there's a lot that you need to be aware of. And one of the things that I mentioned earlier, it's not a matter of just becoming a psychic, because how you develop and how you bring the information through to someone can have serious repercussions. So you need to do it properly. Okay? Because what you tell someone can have a profound effect on their life. Right? So you need to be aware of how you do it. And remember what I've said at the beginning of the show. What means something to me would mean something completely different to you. But I know what that means, and I can be very much aware of it. All right? So, Simon Barrett says, the loved ones that are passed on, can they see you hurting? Yes. Yes, they can, Simon. Absolutely, yes, they can. Now, let me teach you something here. Imagine Simon, all of you all who are listening in tonight, imagine you've crossed over. Okay, now you're on the other side of life. Now you're in a place of absolute passion, absolute love, perfect tranquility, beautiful light, angels, family, nothing negative in any way, shape or form. Now imagine you're there and you're looking back at your family who are down, negative, dark, sad, stressed, tears constantly flowing. Just how long do you want to see them in that state of mind? How long do you want to see that? The answer is you don't. Okay, so remember that they don't want to see you in that state of mind either. So they will do everything they possibly can to help you to get through that. Now, like I said, when you do move into the grief process, it's important that you honor the grief process. It's important that you honor the person who's crossed over and be the best you can be here. To honor that person, then be the best you can be, because you will be making them so proud and so happy by being up there. But no one expects you to bury a loved one and then just be happy. Hello, real life? No, that's not how it works. You're going to go into the honor. You will go into the grief process with your family and honor it, okay? But don't stay in it. I call grief the other side of love. You have love, you lost someone, you go into the grief process, but you come back to love, okay? So don't stay in that dark tunnel of grief. Come out the other side, be the best you can be, and honor those who have crossed over, okay? And I promise you they will do everything they can to help you be the best you can be. Jill says to me, love tonight's show, Paul. Thank you. You are so welcome. And I love that you guys take the time out of your lives to come and sit and listen to some Irish geezer rabbling on. I really do appreciate that. It kind of makes me feel like I'm doing something right. I remember watching a program so many moons ago called NDEs, near-death experiences. And one gentleman was talking about what happened when he had an NDE, near-death experience. He said, and I was in this long line, and eventually I got up to this man, and the man said to me, what did you do for mankind? And he said, I couldn't remember. So the man pointed, and this wall opened up and showed him what he had done for mankind. He said, you did that. Thank you. I learned a huge amount from just happening to be watching that at that time. What did I do for mankind? When the day comes for me to walk on, when the day comes for me to go home, I want to be able to leave my family knowing that I did my best, knowing that I wasn't lazy, that I worked hard, I tried to create a good life for my friends and my family, okay, and that I passed on knowledge, and I passed on messages of hope, messages that maybe help people get through the darkest part of their lives. And if that's the case, then I can rest in peace. Okay? Not going to happen for a long, long time yet, mind. So I'm going to keep up the work. As long as I have lovely people like you to follow me and to walk with me. For as long as you want to learn, I'm here to teach. Alright? And remember, I learn every single day. I'm not that arrogant to think that I know everything. I certainly don't. A man taught me many, many years ago, you don't know what you don't know. Think about it. On that note, I'm going to wish you all love, happiness, and a peaceful weekend. You have a week off with your family. Don't waste a single moment of it. My little policy is this: live life and love. And love life. Then live. All right? I shall see you all on, I think it's Wednesday. I'm not sure. No, it's not Wednesday. No, we're not back again this week till Friday. Okay? So live life and love. Love life and live. Alright? Communicate, appreciate, and validate everybody in your life so a medium never has to do it for you. Good night. God bless you all. And have a wonderful, wonderful, safe, warm Sunday evening. Good night.